I was already out here in the patio like 5 minutes ago. I'm like, well, what do we talk about today? And I went back inside, and I'm like, I don't know. I'll just go out there and say, I don't know what to talk about today. But no, you know what? I do have something to talk about. I got something to share, and I got only 5 minutes to share about it. That's the big thing with the NA people, AA people. Well, maybe this is NA, I don't know. It depends on what group you go to, meeting or whatever. I got involved with Narcotics Anonymous. I didn't even know it was narcotics. I thought it was like an AA meeting or something like that. Back in, the first, January 1st, 2021. I did hundreds of meetings, y'all, and I've been talking about this quite a few videos in the past, just ripping them apart. And I continued to rip them apart when I was there. Like, how the hell can't you people get off drugs? I mean, you got the steps, you got your sponsor stuff, you got the meetings, you got the good association with people who are generally speaking not using. And I think most of those people, I would say about 2/3 of the people are still high at that very moment. Look at my hair, how I gotta cut my hair still. I just cut my hair. I think the bangs might have been messed up. I've never been good at that. So, we gotta shut down all these Narcotics Anonymous groups. I mean, it sounds crazy at first, but when you look at like Boy Scouts of America, which the reality about Boy Scouts of America is that you probably have like the majority that are doing good. Maybe 2/3, maybe 80%, maybe 90% even. They're like groups, maybe they're all doing good. I never had the slightest bit of problems with it. I did Wolf, did Bear. I didn't get to all the way to the top though, but I had a lot of fun with it. For me and people I knew, other children I knew, I never heard of the stuff that we heard about that shut them down eventually. Girl Scouts of America, all that stuff, Girl Scout cookies. But just those few. I'm just saying, just if you have 1 or 2 episodes of the stuff that was happening, that's it. The Catholic churches they had going on. If you have like 1 episode of that kind of stuff, you gotta start watching. What the hell just happened here? So we had one. I don't. It's called Hardcore, I think, in Edgewater. Now here I am in Daytona Beach. There's probably like 3 to 5 meetings in just this city alone. Okay, and there's one that's down the street here. Actually, I heard about. It's all women at the Presbyterian Church. And of course, there's across the parking lot from City Hall. And then there's one at a place called Mike Fine Hall on US 1. Across 326 Palmetto. It's 1, 2, 3. I'm sure there's more. There's a lot of drugs in the city and a lot of tourists, so they're gonna get a lot more draw, for the biker week's time, and just people looking for some kind of getaway from the. So I got involved in it. People are like, well, Jason, you don't do any drugs. Is there something you're hiding from us? Maybe you're doing meth that we don't know about. It's cheap and you're poor. I do. I'm poverty, but I've got more money than probably anybody ever gonna know. Healthy too. That's where it starts, y'all. Maybe he's secretly doing cocaine because I don't cough. So, if when you're doing weed, you're coughing a lot. No, the thing I liked about it is that I was around. I have no friends. Okay, so I like the fact that I'm around people for an hour who are not using. So, and then we're talking about being clean. That's cool, But I was and still think in my mind of being an addict. I'd say everybody's an addict. Everybody, the whole world. And my biggest addiction was alcohol. But these people, for the most part, they're heavy, like potheads and coke users and meth, heroin. One girl, she said she had like 21, 22 times she died, came back or something. I don't know, like overdosed on fentanyl or whatever. What are these people doing? Fine, whatever. You got to get clean. I mean, so a lot of people, their main drug was weed. A lot of them, main drug was, like I said, meth or cocaine, shrooms, I guess. I don't know a whole lot about that stuff, but I saw some things. The biggest problem I had with it is the anonymous thing. When you call yourself anonymous in your name of your group, you're going to soak up who? Stalkers. So I found 100% of people at the NA meetings and AA meetings are stalkers. And they were all stalking somebody. Just like that meeting in Edgewater. 3 people dead, okay? Once you have that kind of stuff happen, that's it. You shut it down. That's enough. I mean, all throughout the world, all throughout. Not just AA, but NA as well. Just both of these things. Just shut them down. There's no excuse for this stuff, y'all. There's something going on that caused that. That's stalking. What was I stalking, though? Hello? I mean, when I mention stalking, I'll give you some examples, okay? So there's a Facebook messenger group whereby one woman... I don't play your anonymous stuff, okay? Named Tracy. She's got multiple sclerosis also, as well as me. She had a girlfriend or a wife. She had a wife, and her wife like picked up charges somehow for possibly assaulting her. So she posted in this group a picture of her. If y'all see her, please pray for her and be nice to her and give her lots of love. That's called stalking, y'all. Another woman was stalking her child. She kind of started losing the ability to OCD and live her life through her child. So her child actually stayed here. She used her child as a beggar. He's 21. Dylan, D-Y-L-A-N, and then the mother, she was why am I forgetting her name all of a sudden? I'll probably think of it. S-H-E-R-R-I. Sherry. What a mess. What a mess. 100% of people were a total mess. That's one of the things I just couldn't roll with these people anymore. But they basically kicked me out, I think. But you know what? The big thing about the anonymous thing, and then she was stalking her son because he was trying to get away from her to live his own life, and she didn't. She was using him as a surrogate husband. I told her this multiple times. She never corrected me, saying, "Are you serious? That's sick." You would say, "That's what I would pay. You're using me as a surrogate husband, or surrogate?" No. So now you know. You heard from me what it's all about. It's about people stalking. What was I stalking? I think what appealed to me was 100% of the meetings. There was always somebody complaining about children and family services. Oh, children and family services is following me. They want to do drug testing on me and blah, 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 blah. And I'm doing a good job of doing my drugs while I'm involved with hearings and social workers regarding my kid. They call them kids because they're racist. Very derogatory word, kid. So I think I was stalking this to hear the meetings and hear their interactions with children and family services. All this time, hoping that I can, be a part of children and family services to do the whole hugs and kisses with my children. Provide for my children financially, the way that they thought that's a good thing to do. 100% of people there, with regard to their relationships with their sponsor, is absolutely 100% unhealthy. So I can't say enough. And I've been trashing it, but now more than ever, I'm really just sticking to it. That it's these damn groups, man. If you see something which is run by dollars, hello. I've ripped into the RICO facilities called churches. Racketeering Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act. These churches are all and they act like they're not a part of the state. You're a part of the state when you are living by and running by the dollar games. You need to do watch out. So what, Jason? That's their OCD only form of money. only form of money. That's all I know. And what's wrong with dollars? It's white supremacy, y'all. It's nice to see crypto jump in the middle of the night. Wow. Huh. Okay, so right now I am in the NBA 21, 11, and 1. Now those losses could be as high only as 9. I may have added 2 losses, but that's a conservative. 21, 11, and 1. Yesterday I won on the... Well, I lost a Sixers game. That's when I was on a 4-game winning streak. I lost it. I won the... I had a team out at home. Well, I had Washington the previous day. But then yesterday I took... Washington beat Utah at home. And then I took the under. No. I took the over in the Sixers game with the Utah Jazz. And if I would have taken anybody at all, I would have taken the Sixers, but I didn't. I took the over. So, Cavs are 8-5. That's weird. But can you believe the season's already like way more than 10? We're at about the we're about the 15% way all the way through the season, and we're only at November 14th, 2022. Wow, November 14th. So, that's my take on Narcotics Anonymous. And why did God have me there? Why? I mean, I have no relationship with anybody because they're all either... Oh, and they're just substituting their extreme cigarette smoking and caffeine and more narcotic, the gateway to more narcotics, white refined sugar, than instead of the illegal drugs. Look, this whole thing is a big white supremacy trap. Narcotics Anonymous, Alcoholics Anonymous. I talked a lot about it. They got pissed off when I shared about the man, Malcolm X, on May 19th. He's coming up on 100 years old, y'all. Yeah, I got quite a few phone numbers. I just can't make a friend with any of the people. They're still stuck in the 1950s. All that literature, you look at, they're on the 6th edition of the basic text, which I love the basic text. I love the steps. That's all stuff that I've got in my book called Power in Your Weakness. It's not about you. Itch my nose here. Oh my God. I don't know if it's bugs. Why would the bugs go to my left nostril instead of my right all the time? For a week or two, we had them. They were attacking my right nostril. Wow. It might just be my hairs in my nose. These airplanes you're hearing in the background. There's a place called Embry-Riddle University. Oh wow. So, the thing is about Jesus Christ that I love is that it's about you and only you. The basic text of Narcotics Anonymous is God-given, is God-breathed, in my opinion. The first edition, though, and maybe even the next few editions. I mean, if it's so right on, then why do you gotta change it so much, you know? And then, of course, what they added is, I think there's multiple people who wrote a book called Basic Text, which you should read it in 4 minutes. It's not hard to get off of these drugs, y'all. If you knew what was in cow's milk cheese, what it does to your body, it being a hormonal drug and a narcotic, if you actually care to look into these drugs that you're doing, you'd get off that stuff. It's not about like, oh, I gotta toughen up through this stuff and to get off of it. Come on, this is easy, y'all. Weed? Are you serious? You know how toxic this stuff is? It's 20 times more damaging to your lungs than cigarette smoke. And it's very bad even for third parties. Like, bystanders, passers-by, whatever you want to call it. So here, there we go. We know what to talk about today, and today is, so I haven't used alcohol since, and I've done this a lot in my life. I would go like a few years without alcohol and get back into it again. No more. I've done some research on it, like because LeBron James, I've always been a big fan of him. Stuff like that's helped me to kind of cope with it. Obviously the sheriff here, he brags about doing the alcohol. So it's a good thing. It's alright. It's alright. It's not a bad thing. Well, no, it's poison. I mean, okay, what are you doing in moderation? Well, moderation of poison is still poison. Okay. So yeah, August of 2020. Obviously, the cow smoked cheese. I talk about that. That's narcotic. They don't consider that. They don't consider you're doing like wheat refined sugar or gluten. They're all narcotics. To be narcotics. Why? Because it started in the 1950s. They're just all about taking up the ass from the white supremacist government. Let's just get them off of the illegal drugs. Yeah, obviously the issue of cow's milk cheese came out in November 2020. That's where we are now. It's been 2 years. And then, of course, the white refined sugar, February 26, 2021. And then gluten I've been back and forth on for a while. There's so much I love about Narcotics Anonymous, AA, Alcoholics Anonymous. But the reality is this: it's not working for people. We're seeing more than a 95% failure rate. People just can't stay with it, The God of my understanding is to say the NA and the AAA, get off the fucking dollar system. Can't you figure out another way of currency? I mean, people can go ahead and donate, coffee and creamer and coffee cups and coffee, what do you call it? Bring your own fucking mug. How about that? Coffee makers, and I guess they like their sugar, whatever. Bring your own sugar, and bring your own fruits and vegetables that you have in your own garden. Meet at, park instead. I mean, I went to meetings in Hawaii, the Big Island, in Kailua Kona. I was about to say but they don't speak Espanol. Hilo Bay, actually Bayfront Park. All these meetings were at parks, y'all. The one meeting in Kailua Kona was at the old airport. So. Wow, we're running way long. That's my shot at NAAA. I mean, you're seeing so many organizations shutting down. Boy Scouts of America. I had great success with it again, okay, but something happened to other people. Maybe I had great success with it because I did it mostly in the public with my family. Maybe the parents preferred to put their children, with people to do bad things to them, whatever it was. But hey, thank God it got shut down. It's not going on anymore. They needed mommy and daddy to be with them all the time instead of just wandering off with a grandfather somewhere or an uncle, aunt. Where are the pool people? They're usually here early on Mondays. And they're here for like 30 to 40 minutes. Really weird. Right around this time too. Now pool needs to be cleaned out a little bit too because we had so much water recently and all the floods and all that. Huh, interesting. Well, anyway, yeah.